I was just channeling a message, and I probably should have started recording earlier, but it's okay because I understand that if Spirit has a message that it wants to get out, it will get it out. I was sitting over here pondering over the divine union, right? Yesterday, I saw a video of Hood Mystic. Shout out to you, y'all. If y'all are not subscribed to Hood Mystic, guess what? Y'all need to go ahead and get on that because you are late. You're behind. But guess what? All of his content is still there, so you can go back and watch them reruns and do what you need to do to get yourself together. Because guess what? My time don't look the same as your time. So if you are coming across this video right now and you're just coming across his videos, there obviously is still capacity for you to get your shit together. Okay. So yeah, he was talking about how there exists a duality with each individual's energy. And I could not agree anymore, because for a while now, Spirit has placed on my heart to kind of touch on this, because this is directly connected with my purpose. So I do plan to make more videos that kind of touch on this subject even more so, to show what that looks like and how to really break down the concept of duality. But even when you look at the yin and yang symbol, right, that is not two halves, right, making a whole. That circle is complete, okay? That circle is, there's no breaking in that circle. So, and that circle kind of acts as a container for spirit. So just by looking at that one example alone, you can see that we, as complete beings, or in order to reach a level of completion, reach a level of wholeness within self, we must cultivate and examine the duality within our wholeness and what that looks like, and how to use those two energies within ourselves to create the results that we're looking for, right? Now, this conversation was also inspired by a couple other people. I want to shout out Luna Aura. I've been studying under her for a while now, and both of us are devotees to the goddess, okay? We represent, ambassadors, liaisons, and direct reflections of the Divine Mother, and as such, we are doing works here to further, support her, support this force, this energy, and what it actually means. But I'm not going to get into too much of that right now. I want to try to stay on point, because y'all know when you get the channeling stuff, all type of stuff come up. And yes, we definitely don't want to create blockages within ourselves, but we also want to not lose anybody in the process. Okay. And lastly, I also want to pay homage to my own divine reflection. I've learned so much through our relationship and through studying him and I and him, or me and him, and just in general, having that physical mirror has been so valuable. It's a process that I believe never really ends, but to be able to, encounter such a being, I am very appreciative. He also has a YouTube where he sheds knowledge. His YouTube is Lyfe TV. That's DOSHALYFE TV. So if you want to see some of his content, feel free to check him out. I'm going to go ahead and link him below. But anyway, back to the message. So Hood Mystic was talking about how, we have the feminine aspect of ourselves and the masculine aspect of ourselves, and how we would be incomplete beings if we decide to only focus on one or the other. And I agree. I know that a lot of people right now are looking for a lot of guidance, and of course we do represent aspects of the greater whole. So as a collective, these are topics that are coming up. But I definitely don't want people to get misled, because for, that's been happening for a while now. I definitely don't want people in the in the name of representing or resonating, excuse me. It's early. Don't be judging me, okay? Okay. In the honor of resonating with some of these messages, like kind of picking up on the truth of it, not really having exposure to the full truth. A lot of people are talking about like divine feminine and divine masculine, and because I'm a woman, let me automatically focus more so on being more feminine, or because I'm a man, let me focus more so on being more masculine. And in a lot of cases, that journey is not invalid. Like some women do need to focus more on their femininity, and some men do need to focus more so on their masculinity. But what I'm here to tell you is this process is not a blanket statement. It's not something that is cookie cutter or even meant to be cookie cutter. You must first go within self and ask yourself and your guidance, what is it that you need? Because you could be a woman that actually needs to cultivate more of your masculine energy. You may be a little bit too freeform, a little bit too unstructured, or too nurturing, or too much in the spiritual realm where you're not, like Brother Yosef always says, another great mentor. He hates when people call him mentor, but I do look up to him very much so. He once said a quote I think he quoted from someone else: don't be so spiritually high that you're no earthly good, right? So that can manifest in a woman needing to actually put some of those masculine characteristics behind the great power that she has first within herself as a feminine. A lot of these movements are teaching us to seek that balance outside of ourselves, and I'm here to tell you that has actually led to a lot of the problems that we're having. So many people, look outside of themselves solely for completion, when really the reflection that we see outside of ourselves is a gift. It's kind of like a rubric. It's kind of like a study guide, right? To help us with what we need to see within ourselves, right? So I'm not saying that you can't learn from things outside of you, but that should not be your end all be all. You should say, okay, what is nature showing me? What is my relationship with this person showing me? My relationship with my parents, my relationship with my friends, with my career, and my relationship with money, my relationship with expression. What is that external relationship showing me about the internal relationship I have between the two sides of myself, right? If we are not going as far as bringing it back in to self, then it's incomplete, and it really doesn't have, even though we have good intentions and we do resonate with what we're doing, it's not really a complete circle. That circle hasn't been completed. And then what you have is you have people who have predominant energies, when really the goal should be to be balanced within both. So I encourage people, either through my channel, through books, study Lunar Aura, watch more Hood Mystic, and some more of your other people or examples that you can learn from of how to find that balance within self. I do plan on making a couple more videos on practical steps of doing that, what that looks like, and all that good stuff, because I'm definitely fired up about this conversation. I'm so thankful for my inspirations that I've mentioned earlier, for kind of helping me to realize that this is something that's needed and something that's important. So men, don't just go with the okie doke or with the flow, even with good intents or good intentions, with just focusing on what it means to be masculine. And women, look, I'm a woman, I get it, but we also need to study what masculinity looks like so that we don't only look for that in a person outside of ourselves. Because really, if you want to talk about manifestation,